The next tip I have for you is that there are no dumb questions, especially early on. And you might think about this one and say, like, there are dumb questions. There are absolutely things that you can say that someone will be like, what? Like, how do you not know that? Or like, how did you get this job and not know that? Or how do you not know that already? Like, what do you mean? I don't believe in that. And even if there is a person or there is somebody that does think that about you, it looks so much worse to not know what the fuck you're doing in 2 weeks when they're talking about it like at a much higher level or it's much more advanced down the road and you still have no fucking idea what they're talking about. Like, it looks so much worse for you to have not asked the question earlier on. It is so much better to say, like, hey, what was that? I'm sorry, I'm a little bit confused about what that is. Hey, like, just really quickly, can you explain that a little bit further? I'm not sure I'm following, or I'm not sure I understand what that is. Would you mind explaining a little further? Or could you please clarify what that is? Saying that right as it comes up, or even in like the meeting later when you're like, fuck, I really should have asked that because I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Saying that then sooner rather than later makes you look so much better than in 2 weeks when everybody's talking about it at this higher scale or this higher level, or it's progressed this like thing that's gotten way out of your control, and you're like, I have no idea what's going on, and I so should have asked 2 weeks ago because I have no fucking clue what I'm doing and I'm gonna die. Like, it is just so much better to ask earlier. There are no bad questions, especially early on. I really do believe that. I think it looks good to ask questions. I think it looks good to be curious and to get clarification, because most of the time and most likely there is somebody else in that room that also has no idea what's going on and they're not going to ask. So most of the time you're actually helping somebody else. And I know you're not doing it for that. You're doing it for yourself, but like most of the time there is somebody else in there that also is like, what are we doing, or what is going on? And you are probably clarifying it for more than just yourself, probably at least two other people in the room if you're in a big room. The way that I did it, I think, is a great way. Instead of just being like, I don't know what you're talking about, or I'm not sure what you're talking about, I don't know what you mean by that. Like, those are kind of like harsher ways to be like, hey, could you just clarify what you mean by that a little bit? Or like, hey, I'm not sure I'm following what you're saying. And you put it on yourself. So sometimes I think it's best to do that and to make you seem like the one that needs the question, because it makes them feel like they did the. Let me roll that back to. Sometimes it looks good to just be like, hey, I'm not sure I'm following what you're saying. Instead of being like, hey, you're not being clear, or hey, I don't know what you're talking about. Being like, I'm not sure that I'm understanding yet. Can you explain a little bit further? Great things to say early on. I wish somebody told me that early. I found myself in a meeting. The thing I'm talking about where I'm like, it's so much better to ask early than have no idea later. It's just so much better, and it feels so much better to ask early. And I know it might be embarrassing, or you might feel embarrassed. There's no reason to feel embarrassed. Like, you got yourself there. You're in that room for a reason. Ask the questions. Clarify, like, ask what the hell people are talking about, because a lot of times people don't even know what they're talking about, and they are speaking out of their ass too. So like, just ask. I think that's such an important thing, and there are no dumb questions. And this is also something that I have seen time and time again, like within my past few jobs, where somebody doesn't ask and then they come asking you, being like, hey, I don't know what that is. And you're like, well, why didn't you ask, like, when we first started talking about this? And of course you don't say that to them, but you're like thinking in your head, like, they should have just like asked, because it was like, that was when the whole thing was starting. So why didn't it, like, and people don't do that. So by doing that, you kind of set yourself ahead from everybody else. Like, you kind of early on, and again, like, don't abuse this power of question asking, and don't like always be like, hey, what but like, use it when you know, and or when you don't know, for that matter. And there are no dumb questions. I'm going to stop before I keep rambling on and like take back everything I just said.